Breaking news! Moderate risk has been issued for tomorrow for parts of the Mississippi Valley. I'm Pat from Pat's Path Predictor, and let's go ahead and dive right into this. Alright, so here we have right here, what we got here is a moderate risk issued from Louisiana all the way up to Indiana, including the states of Greenville, Memphis, just about Jackson, Tennessee, Evansville, Indiana, and the surrounding areas right here, including just outside of St. Louis, I would say about 30 miles or so from there. And then the enhanced risk has changed a little bit. It has retracted a little bit from Lake Michigan, but it's still a very large area around this area, from all the way up from northern Indiana all the way down to Louisiana once again. And then the slight risk, not much has changed, neither is the marginal. Now, the risks have been updated for this as well. From this morning, the tornado risk was 10%. Now they've added a 15% risk tornado threat and concentrated around the area in the deep south right here. Although it's still in that hatched area, which means there is now a 15% chance for EF2 to EF5 tornadoes to form within 25 miles of a point. The threat that changed the most and is off the bat concerning to me is the wind threat. The wind threat now is a 45% area from Evansville in that area in Indiana all the way down to Little Rock, near Little Rock, Arkansas. And it's then that 45% hatched area, which means there's now a 45% chance of winds of 65 knots or 75 miles per hour or more within 25 miles of a point. So, yeah, that's the situation. Not much has changed. The hail threat hasn't changed that much. Now let's go ahead and read the summary and synopsis very quickly. There is a moderate risk for severe thunderstorms in the lower to mid-Mississippi Valley. Summary. Numerous severe thunderstorms appear likely across a portion of the lower to mid-Mississippi Valley over the Midwest and lower Ohio Valley on Wednesday. Damaging winds, some of which could be significant, several tornadoes, some strong, and large to very large hail will likely occur. Now, they're not saying possible, they're saying likely to occur, so yeah, I just want everyone to emphasize that very quickly. Synopsis. An upper-level wave currently shifting onto the northern plains will largely meander over the northern continental United States for the next 24 to 48 hours. At the surface, a strong cold front associated with the attendant surface low will continue to surge to the east-southeast across the Mississippi River Valley throughout the day. The low to mid-level cold surge behind the front will help pivot the upper-level trough axis into the Great Lakes by late Wednesday. This will favor broad height across the northern Mississippi Valley into the Great Lakes. This broad-scale ascent, combined with continued poleward advection of higher theta-E air ahead of the front, will help destabilize a broad region of the lower Mississippi Valley into the Great Lakes. Strengthening flow ahead of the front will support widespread organized convection. So, already the situation does not look very good. There's now a moderate risk out, and this paragraph right here is explaining why there is. There's going to be a huge amount of destabilization. I would say a good amount of destabilization that's going on across parts, all the way from the Great Lakes down to the Gulf Coast right there. So that's why they were issuing this moderate risk, because there seems to be an area that's essentially capable of this happening, and that's where they issued it. The mid to lower Ohio river valleys. So thunderstorms are expected to develop along the cold front by the mid-morning hours in parts of southern Missouri and northern Arkansas. Mean storm motions along the front may favor a quick transition from a quasi-discrete cells to more linear storm modes. Convection will continue to grow upscale as it approaches, and the mid-Mississippi River Valley amid increasing low-level moisture and daytime heating. Increasingly low-level flow, up to 50 to 60 knots between 925 and 850 millibars, will likely support bowing segments of the potential for widespread damaging winds. The potential for multiple 65-plus knot wind reports and or significant wind damage support an upgrade from the wind to a wind-driven moderate risk for portions of the mid-Mississippi and lower Ohio river valleys. Entangled and longitudinal 0 to 3 hydrographs ahead of the line will support embedded circulations. The warm advection regime and broad-scale ascent ahead of this line may support a few more discrete cells across the lower, conditional on the degree of destabilization that can occur behind the early morning rain, weak thunderstorms that should exit the region by early afternoon. However, if discrete convection can become established, all hazards will be possible, including the potential for very large hail and strong tornadoes. The lower Mississippi River Valley. The surface cold front will likely lag to the west across the Texarkana lower Mississippi Valley regions, but will allow for several hours of daytime heating between cloud breaks and continued boundary layer moistening at the amid low-level theta E advection. With 7 to 8 degrees Celsius mid-level lapse rates, top a deep, moist boundary layer will likely support upwards of 1,500 to 2,500 joules of kilogram of CAPE by late afternoon. So the lapse rates we're seeing at 7 to 8 degrees Celsius per kilometer, that's off the bat concerning right there. So we'll have to keep a very close eye on this down the deep south, and I will continue to update you guys as that situation progresses. Adequate deep layer shear and strong flow from 0 to 3, the 3 kilometer layer will be favorable for supercells with all severe hazards possible. Some solutions hint at a forecast ESRH values between 300 and 400 meters per meter squared per second squared, which will support the potential for strong tornadoes. The strong signal for isolated convection is notable in recent CAM solutions in ensemble guidance, varying an upgrade to a moderate risk where the tornado potential is highest. So that's their logic behind issuing this moderate risk right here. So we're in this situation right here. They now issued a moderate risk, not only for up in Iowa, they did that this morning. Now they're issuing a moderate risk for tomorrow for parts of the Mississippi Valley. So at this point, we know a severe weather outbreak is likely to occur. I mean, it technically already has begun down in Texas and Arkansas, but yeah, at least in the Mississippi Valley as well as in southern Illinois and Indiana, a severe weather outbreak is likely to happen. And that's their words right there. They're saying that that several tornadoes, very large hail, and damaging winds, some of which could be significant, will likely occur. So yeah, that's the situation we're dealing with right here. And with that being said, guys, that's going to wrap up this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. It helps me out and helps me make more videos like these. It also helps inform more of the public about situations like this, about what's going on. And with that being said, guys, have a wonderful day. And if you are in this enhanced and moderate risk area, I would start preparing now. And the most important thing you guys can do is stay safe.